Hi, and welcome back. Okay, we've got a mitzvah here that we're not familiar with. Another one of these mitzvahs I don't know anyone who's familiar with, but it's a mitzvah. We've talked about redeeming the firstborn humans via a Kohen, but now we have to talk about the firstling male donkey. The Torah has a commandment that this also has to be either redeemed from the Kohen, or it has to be killed in a very specific way. We'll read what that is. For the sake of completeness, let's take a look. It is a positive commandment to redeem a firstling male donkey for a lamb. As Scripture says, and the firstling of a donkey you shall redeem with a lamb. And he gives the lamb to the Kohen, since Scripture says, everything that opens the womb shall be yours being the Kohanim. Kohanim and Levites, however, are free of this obligation, much as they were free of the obligation with humans. If one has no lamb with which to redeem it, he may redeem it for its monetary value, giving its price to the Kohen. Skip down. It is in effect everywhere and every time for both man and woman. So, if you've got a donkey, be aware. Okay, let's say you've got a situation where you're not going to redeem the donkey for whatever reason. It is a positive commandment to break the neck of a firstling male donkey if it has not been redeemed. The Scripture says, and if you shall not redeem it, then you shall break its neck. Breaking its neck means striking it with a butcher's hatchet at the back of its neck until it dies. It must be specifically with a butcher's hatchet and nothing else, and not by any other form of death. Any benefit from it is forbidden even after its neck is broken. Since it hasn't been redeemed, it's still sanctified. And it requires burial, its ash being forbidden. Again, sanctified. It is in effect everywhere at every time for both man and woman. Kohanim and Levites, though, are free of this obligation, as is the case with all redemption obligations. Okay. Not a tremendous amount to add to this donkey situation. So why don't we go to the next mitzvah, which is 57. And here's one that is relevant, and anyone who's done the Chabad Challah bakes certainly knows this one. It is a positive commandment to separate a dough cake from a batch of dough and give it to the Kohen. This is called taking Challah. Let's look inside. The Scripture says, on the first of your dough, you shall set apart Challah. It is one of the 5 species of grain. If it is one of the 5 species of grain, and in his dough there is a bulk of 43 1/5 eggs, one has the duty of separating challah, a portion of the dough. In countries other than Israel, challah has been separated by the laws of the sages, so that the procedure of challah should not be forgotten. And it is burned, which is what happens by the challah bake, right? By the laws of the Torah, there is no set amount for it, but any piece of dough, whatever, frees one of the obligation. This is known as hafrashos challah, separating of challah when baking a large batch of dough. And it would be given to the Kohen, to the priest. The problem is that nowadays, the priests aren't holy because they've been everybody's been in contact, ritually defiled by contact with either dead people or people who've been in contact with dead people. Therefore, we can't give it to the Kohen because it's going to be tamei, or it is tamei from us, or it's going to become tamei from him. Either way, we can't give it to the Kohen. So in the absence of that, we burn it. Okay, next time we are going to do something which we are all familiar with, and that is duchening. Yivarech the Kohanim blessing the people. That'll be next time. Thanks. Bye.